Hello, everybody. Welcome to my channel, and thank you for joining. Now, in today's episode, we're going to discuss air crash investigation. Okay, now, this is a different topic, but it's very important because we have done a video recently based on our Ferrari. Okay, as you can see here, well, it is here. Okay, 50 teams ranked. Now, I'm making this video because on the Richmond forum, I seen a post today which showed me a team, and the team had a few problems in it, and I've seen a few teams, not many, but a few teams in here that have had a problem with it. And I'm going to go into detail about this problem because when you have an aeroplane, okay, let's say you own an aeroplane, okay, just fantasize for a minute. Now, in this aeroplane, we're not going to use the Rolls-Royce engines. No, we're going to use the Ferrari engines this time. Now, they haven't been made yet, so we're going to make them up. Just calm it down. So, when you put a Ferrari engine in your aeroplane and you take off, but you forget to put the fuel in there, what happens? Okay, it becomes air crash Mayday, air crash investigation, okay, because the plane's going to crash, unfortunately. So, we're going to talk about fuel, okay, and what kind of fuel you need for your airplane. Now, I've just built this dummy team. It's got $1,800 left, this dummy team. Now, every team I build is a dummy team because my team are full of spuds and dum-dums, okay? Just calm it down. So, this is another one of these dum-dum teams. So, this is a dummy team now, okay? Now, sometimes people ask questions, okay? 1,800. How much money should you have left over? Okay, now this is an interesting topic, okay? Let me explain something about cash management now. Now, if you got $10 million, okay, you got 10 mil, you're rich, okay, you got cash, you're loaded, okay, you live in a mansion in Turex somewhere, okay, now you got $10 million cash put aside. What are you going to do with it? Okay, you're going to invest, okay, now your $10 million, when you invest it, if you invest all of it, let's say you're going to earn some interest. Well, what happens if you invest most of it, okay, and leave some behind? How much should you leave behind in case you want to eat some food or you want to buy some snacks? Because if you invest all your money, you're going to have nothing left for snacks, okay? So what I recommend is have enough money for snacks, okay? So with my money left behind, I usually don't have anything over 10k left because I'm greedy guts. Okay, I like to put all the money in there, and 10k should be enough to buy me some snacks for a couple of months. Okay, so 10k is my pretty much usually my max that I leave behind. I have done a team where I had $0 behind. Okay, I had nothing left. Took it all, but then I had nothing to eat. I couldn't eat any food. So 10k, I think is enough. If you have 30k, it's even better. Okay, you can eat more. Okay, now, but it's hard to have 30k left because there's temptation of players. For example, all right, now say we got 10k left, we got 1k left right there. So if we didn't get the Bont, and we got let's say who's the most expensive, Lockie Neal. We got Lockie Neal. That's 645k. So now I've got 36k, but I don't have the Bont. I've got Lockie Neal now. So it's a matter of, some people say, well, we've got more money, let's get the better one. And that's what I would do, okay? I always go for if there's more money available, I get the better one, okay? So if I've got 1.8 left, that doesn't worry me, okay? Ideally, 10k is good, but 1.8k is good also, because when you do your correction trades, okay, a lot of people say we could do it with one trade now. So, for example, if I had 10k left, and let's say Buslinger was no good, okay, we can trade him out and find a 120 up to 121k now. However, when you do correction trades, the chances are you're going to actually do 3 at a time, okay? So the chances are, let's say Newcomb didn't play well, Richards didn't play well, and Buslinger, so now you got 1.1 mil, and you can do your 3 trades, because during, let's go over here, no pad outs, during round 1 and 2, okay, it's when your correction trades happen. If you only do one correction trade, You are a mastermind. You're a genius. Okay, I've never had a team where just needed one player to be fixed. Usually, my team needs 10 players to get fixed, but I can only fix 6 of them. So I would say even having 1.1 mil. Sorry, no, it was 1k, 2k. It doesn't matter. But what does matter, okay, is this: when you have rookies on the field that are unrealistic, okay? Rookies that have 99k value, okay? So you set up your team, all right? Round one hasn't started yet, okay? You're building your teams, and you've got all these 99k rookies on the bench, okay? Now, what happens when you realize, okay, Ivicic is not playing. Okay, now you realize, okay, he's not going to play. Let's get rid of him. Okay, let's get someone that is going to play. But you only got 100k to play with. You can't find anybody. So when you build your team, okay, don't be greedy guts and fill it all up here. Splash some cash over here. Doesn't matter if they're not playing. Okay, so for example, all right, let's splash some extra cash here. Let's put Laylaw there. Okay, even if Laylaw doesn't play, okay, put him there for now. At least this way, what you've done, all right, you've allocated yourself. He went back over there. Okay, I can't believe this. Okay, let's get rid of the bomb for now. Let's put Hopper there just for now. Okay, who else? We've got 540k. Okay, let's put Prestia there. That's not enough. Okay, let's get a mid-pricer. Okay, just to have enough money. Okay, let's put Banks there for now. 275, okay, 205. Let's put Ladle there now. And let's get rid of this. Okay, I'm not telling you to get these players, all right? This is bad if you get these players, but I'm just putting it there just to have the money value, all right? Remaining salary is 0. Now, if you're happy with your team, you love your team, it looks very nice, okay? You're very, very happy, okay? You're happy with the team, but round one comes, all these players, you're starting 23 because we're including the flex. All your players are playing, and you're happy with this, but the rookies aren't. Okay, so but by allowing an extra 200k now, you have cash to upgrade your rookies. Okay, before the season starts. So this way, your team looks more realistic. Now here's another problem. Now this is a big problem. Okay, I'm going to go to Geelong. All right, I'm going to go and have a look at a player that I started last year that ruined my season. Virtually, this is the sole reason that ruined me from rank 6. My highest rank was 69. If I didn't have him, I'd say my highest rank might have been a top 30, all right? And that's Jai Clark. Mind you, I didn't finish 69th, okay? That was my highest rank. So I probably wouldn't have finished 30th either because I made other mistakes. But this is one of the big ones I made last year, and I'm sharing it with you so you don't make the same mistake that I made, okay? Let me make all the dumb decisions so you don't have to make them. Just calm it down. Okay, now, if you have a look at Jai Clark, all right, last year, I started him, all right, 2024. I paid 123,000. It was cheap because I imported a lot of my my rookies from China. That's not a problem as long as you get the right ones. Now, it took Jai Clark, all right, to make 100k, or even up until round 15, he hadn't made 100k yet, just under 100k. 15 rounds to make $100,000. That's a massive problem because you want these rookies. Now, I could have got at the same time, instead of Jai Clark, all right, if I went to Fremantle, okay, and I picked up, where is he? The young man. Okay, let me think of his name. It wasn't Jordan Clark. It's different. Sharp. I think it was Sharp. If I picked up Jeremy Sharp, okay, and this is the difference between a 50-50, okay? This is just bad luck, all right? Same price, all right? I didn't start Sharp. He made his 100k. He made 120k. Actually, he made 180k in 6 weeks. Whereas my spud made 100k in 15 weeks. So what happens when you get even if you wait another week, you get more cash, okay? After 7 weeks, we're looking at 210k profit for one player, whereas my player made 100k. Now, this doesn't end there, okay? So when you get to round 7 and trade him out, you bring another rookie in who's also going to make cash. So by the time it gets to round 15, he makes another 150K. So you've made 350K from this rookie, or from this spot, okay? So let's go over here, all right? Let's say this is the man, all right? He's made you 350K, all right? Whereas this one has made you 100K. Now, for 250K, your team has changed. You've been able to upgrade faster. You've had a primo in quicker, better quality primo. You get a better quality primo later on. Cash is king, okay? You cannot make mistakes on the bench. Let's go to another player, Richmond, Kane McAuliffe, okay? Let's go over here. Now, hindsight is a beautiful thing, okay? That's what we do. We're looking at hindsight now. Now, let's say we picked up McAuliffe, okay, in round 4 or 5. This is a perfect example of a player that plays but then gets dropped, okay, or as a sub. So, not only do you have to find a player that can score well, you have to find a player that's not going to be a sub, okay, or that's not going to miss games and get dropped. It doesn't fit in the best 23, okay, or 22 at the time. So it's a tough job, okay, and this is the difference between the good teams and the bad teams, not necessarily coaches, but actual teams, because you got to hit jackpot from the start. And if you don't allow the cash on the bench to get these players, and you're too worried about how good your team looks on paper in the middle here, it looks awesome. What happens is, by the time you hit round 7, things change, okay? For example, by round 7, all right, we're going to get to round 7. In round 7, you're up to leaders. You're laughing, okay? Let's say you're ranked top 100, okay? Your team is Mickey Mouse. However, there is 100 or 200,000 teams, and at least 5,000 behind you that have got more cash coming in. Maybe even 10,000 teams behind you. They're going to roll you, okay? So round 7, if you're ranked 100, it doesn't matter because you can't win it in round 7, okay? I can't remember a coach winning Supercoach in round 7 before. It hasn't happened. So where you win it, where you win Supercoach or finish in the top 10 or even the top 100 is this bench. This is you need fuel for your airplane, okay? Because the airplane can't run without the fuel. It's going to crash. So the most important thing is here. And if you start, okay, let me explain to you something else now. Now I'm going to find you some rookies that are going to play, okay? I'm just even we can pretend they're going to play. All right? Let's just say all these are going to play, all right? And I'm running out of cash already. Let's get rid of Richards for now. Okay, going to have to bring in someone else. Just put Scott there for now, okay? Don't worry about the cash, okay? Or the name. We're at the bench, okay? Let's put some players in here that we think are going to play, but doesn't mean you have to go and spend 600K on the bench, okay? You can still find the cheap bargains that are still going to play. For example, we know Kako's going to play, but we don't know how fast he's going to make the money, all right? But it doesn't matter. Let's put Bo Allen there, okay? So we've got 3 there. Let's fix this man up here, okay? Let's bring another player that we think should play. Who's playing? Okay, let's have a look. Who do we think will play? Well, let's just, for argument's sake, say we think that Edwards is going to play. All right, he's going to play every game. Okay, we're just pretending. Now, and let's go over here. Okay, and have the bench like this. Okay, and we think, let's just say Barnett's going to, actually, let's change Barnett. Let's move him to Frio. And let's just assume that we have a Shrek injury, okay, and Reedy's going to play now, all right? So, we think all these players, actually, we can just go to St Kilda, all right, and get the right one. All right, put him there. All right, now, we think all these players are going to play, all right, even Boyd, but we want to have a loop player, okay? So, we want to have Goulburn as our loop because captain points are important. Let me explain to you something now, okay? Your vice captain, let's say he scored VC. He scored a 135. It made you very happy, okay, in round 1, okay? So, for example, let's say you had Hopper in your team, all right, and Hopper scored 135 in the first game, Okay, actually, let's change that. Let's say he scored a 145. Okay, Hopper scored a 145. Actually, you know what? Let's make it 175. All right, Hopper scored a 175 in round one. Okay, you're very happy, and you said, okay, oh my God, what am I going to do now? Okay, you're getting excited, you can't cover down. So what you do, you find, because you had a full bench, okay, put this back down, you had a full bench of players on your team. Can I make this smaller? Okay, full bench of players in your team. Hopper scored a 175. You want that score on your field, okay? You want to get doubled captain points because you're greedy guts, okay? So what do? You had here previously, okay, players I can afford. Previously, you had a player that was playing, okay? Let's just say you had Maric, okay? You had Maric playing here, but because Hopper scored a 175, you want to get rid of Maric now, and you want to bring a player that's not playing, okay? Now, that's a common theme these days, all right? So you want to bring in Manfa, okay? Because we know that Manta, okay, he's not going to play. So that's good, okay? So what have you earned? You've earned, and let's say 175 from Hopper, all right? And let's say your captain at the time was gone, all right, and he scored a 130, okay? So you've gained you've gained 45 points, okay? And that makes you very happy, okay? Now, for the sake of that 45 points now, what have you lost? Okay, now, you don't have a player here anymore, all right? You need to find a replacement now because you're not making cash. So how are we going to fix this? It's going to cost you a trade to get him out and bring someone else in. One trade, okay? So one trade. Because if you don't do it, you're going to be in big trouble because you're going to crash and burn with that cash. So you need to get rid of this player. But one trade, is that one trade worth 45 points? Okay, what is one trade worth? I wouldn't say it's 45 points. 45 points is equivalent to 2 points a week over a year, okay? So 45 points is actually nothing. So that one trade is not worth it. So what you should be doing, all right, get rid of this player, have every single player in your starting team playing, and whatever your vice captain scores, whatever he scores, it doesn't matter, okay? Just take a captain, because I'll explain to you why. Now, in round 2, okay, we have the bye round, okay? Actually, let's get it up. Now, it's up here. Now, actually, maybe we should put it down in case my head's in the way, okay? Because I can't see my head when I'm recording this, okay? Now, we've got Gold Coast and GWS in the round 2 bye. We have a few Brisbane Lions. Sorry, no, it is Gold Coast, okay? Well, we do have a GWS player, okay? So what we can do in round 2, we have a loop, okay? So that's your captain or loop option in round 2. In round 3, we have plenty. We have Sydney. We have Mills. We have Geelong. We have Smith, okay? Here's an option. So you got another loop in round 3, okay? In round 4, you have Essendon and the Hawks. Well, you got Zach Reed. I'm sure you can. If you don't start with Zach Reed, you've got problems for starters. You have to have Zach Reed in your team. By all reports, he's going nuts, taking the kick-ins. He's virtually another Jordan Ridley, okay? And you're getting him at 119k, so make sure you have Zach Reed in your team. But in round 4, you got Zach Reed, okay? Maybe you got a Hawthorn player. So you got another loop there. So by the time we get to round 5, okay, someone's going to be missing. When have you had a team in round 5 that no one's missing, okay? There's always somebody that has a problem, okay? He's either dropped or something has happened. So, and the last thing you want is let's say Kako gets dropped, okay? And you got a player here that's already not doing anything. Is that 99k? Where is he? Let's go back to here. You got a 99k spud here doing nothing, okay? Let's bring him over here. Who was it? It was Manta, okay? Manta's here. He's doing nothing. Now you got Kako out, and all of a sudden, before you know, Edwards is out. Okay, now you got 3 of them missing. You're not making cash, so your plane, okay, with that beautiful engine that you put in there, the Ferrari engine, is going to crash. It doesn't matter how good your team is. This is the engine, okay? The engine. Sorry, this is the petrol. This is the engine. Okay, here's the engine here. The whole team is the engine, and this is your petrol, the fuel. If you don't have fuel, the engine doesn't run. So you need both of them. Now, my advice to you is, if you're trying to decide, if you need, let's say you need another 50k here, you haven't allowed enough, uh, but you don't want to let go of one of these players, you're gonna let go, okay? Because the petrol is more important than the engine, okay? Because the engine can't run without petrol, so it needs the petrol. So we're gonna have to, let's say, get rid of Newcomb or whoever it is that you get rid of and bring in someone cheaper. And that's what's going to happen. You have no choice. It's the way it's going to be, and then you're just going to be patient and bring in Newcomb later on. It doesn't have to be Newcomb; just could be Butters, or it could be anyone, or it could be McRae, whoever you want. Okay, so that's what's going to have to happen. Now, if you've come this far, we have the Scodfather League. Okay, the code, and now we've got 1,000 people in this league. This is a big league, and what happens is when you got 1,000 people. You got a good chance of having some top teams, because last year we had 6 teams that were ranked first, and if you're sort of matching your team up against this team, when you're in a group, you can actually match them. Okay, you can actually go on game day, all right, and you can sort of click on your team versus their team and see the difference, and sort of match up against them to see how you're going. So, having a team in one of these big groups is a very good thing. Okay, now also, so that's your code, 916402, plus you're going to receive a trophy at the end of the year, so you get something in return. Now, so if you're in Scodfather group there, we also got here, okay, where is it? The magic number. Now, this is another league, and it's free to enter, and what happens is, every week, I give out a number. It's the magic number. For example, it's a number that I think your team should score that week, but I'll be very generous with it. For example, in round 1, I want to give the magic number at 1,700. So your team should easily score 1,700. If it doesn't, okay, you get kicked out of this league. If it stays on, you continue to the next round. Right up until the end, we have one man standing. Okay, so that's going to be the magic number tournament. And that's your code here, 303364. Now, we also have the Cash League. Now, I can't click on it because I don't want to give you the code, because you've got to pay for that one. But we have 165 players. So that is $16,500 already. And we're 33 days out. So that's going to look like it's going to minimum hit about 40K. I can see it happening. Especially with the last week before the season starts, it's like Christmas shopping. Everyone's going to go crazy, okay, and do last minute shopping. So this cash group is going to be huge. The biggest event in Supercoach this year. Now, and because you've watched right up until now, okay, I'm going to open up another code. Okay, now I've already got 2 players in here, because these 2 are my friends, but there's 17 extra spots. Now, I've also got an extra 2 leagues opened, which I'll eventually open up, okay? So I'm going to open up now Scodfather Cup 8. There's 17 spots in there. Now, here's the code. Okay, it's 617408. Okay, so write that down. 617408, and please be quick. And just come down. Anyway, that's all for today. Thank you for joining, and remember one thing. It's nice to be important, but it's important to be nice. Ciao for now.
That's all, folks.